Hello everyone! Today in this video, I am going to test how many taps does it take to kill a cuirassier in blood and iron. And I am going to test is Hussar stronger or weaker. Enjoy the video. Weapon tested. Musket bayonet cuirassier. Killed it with 4 taps. Weapon tested. Musket bayonet Hussar. Killed it with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. SARBE cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. SARBE Hussar. Killed it within 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Axe cuirassier. Killed it with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Axe Hussar. Killed it with 2 taps. Next weapon tested. Hand axe cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. Hand axe Hussar. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Scythe cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. Scythe Hussar. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Sword cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. Sword Hussar. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Knife cuirassier. Killed IT with 7 taps. Next weapon tested. Knife Hussar. Killed IT with 5 taps. Next weapon tested. Sickle cuirassier. Killed IT with 7 taps. Next weapon tested. Sickle Hussar. Killed IT with 5 taps. Next weapon tested. Pike cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. Pike cuirassier. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Sword bayonet cuirassier. Killed IT with 5 taps. Next weapon tested. Sword bayonet Hussar. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. Branch cuirassier. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Branch Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested. Strong hammer cuirassier. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Strong hammer Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested. Saber briquet cuirassier. Killed IT with 5 taps. Next weapon tested. Saber briquet Hussar. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested. Shovel cuirassier. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested. Shovel Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested. Weak hammer cuirassier. Killed IT with 7 taps. Next weapon tested. Weak hammer Hussar. Killed IT with 5 taps. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested, Lancer Hussar. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sarb Cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sarb Hussar. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sword Cuirassier. Killed IT with 4 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sword Hussar. Killed IT with 3 taps. Next weapon tested, Hussar Sarb Charge Cuirassier. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Lancer Charge Cuirassier. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Lancer Charge Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sarb Charge Cuirassier. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sarb Charge Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sword Charge Cuirassier. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Heavy Sword Charge Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Sword Cuirassier. Killed IT with 2 taps. Next weapon tested, Sword Hussar. Killed IT with 2 taps. Conclusion: Cuirassier has 33% resistance against melee weapons. And IT is the strongest unit in-game. But there is not any difference if CAV charge to a Cuirassier, because IT only needs to tap to kill it like all of the units in-game. Bonus time! I have placed 23 barricades, and you guys need to comment if you watched until this part of the video. I will destroy them with round shot ammo. Also comment, what is your favorite unit? Here are all of the barricades. Let's destroy them. Before I destroy them, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is your chance to lock in your answers. Are you ready, guys? 3, 2, 1. We successfully managed to destroy 12 barricades. If you were wrong, write in the comments how many you tuft will be destroyed.